This is my first time trying a 511 backpack. Does 511 suck at making backpacks? What's going on, everybody? This is Lamar with MF Research, and today the initial plan was to take a look at this guy. This is the Eldo RT by 511. I liked it because in my head, it felt like the tactical cousin to the Wander Provoke. And after spending some time with it and looking at the 511 website, I had a question. Do 511 backpacks suck? So out of the 32 items that you get when you filter for backpacks on the 511 website, there are 4 different variations in size of the rush pack. There are 11 options that are just different colors or combo packs of the rush pack. There are 8 that pop up when you check for clearance. And after that, there are only 9 backpacks that aren't a rush variant or up for clearance right now, and possibly on the chopping block. It may be different from when you're looking at this video, but that's what I noticed when I started researching for this video. Normally I find when that happens, and Alpaca's a good example of that, they're either getting ready to upgrade to a new model or they're discontinuing the model altogether. I remember seeing other videos from other YouTubers in the past on 511 bags and how some of them didn't quite meet the mark, and now if you look at it, those bags no longer exist. So all that led me to ask, while spending time with this bag, do 511 backpacks suck? So what we'll do for this discussion is leave the rush backpack out of it. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon, and it seems to have a cult following. If you're interested in me looking at that bag in the future, let me know. So before we talk about the brand, let's talk about the Eldo RT. I did spend some time looking at it. So this isn't a full review, but I will put the specs on the screen. So after we're done, if you really like this bag, if you want to take a look at it, you'll know what you're getting yourself into. So let's talk about what I liked about the bag. I thought it was really comfortable. The straps were really well padded. The back panel had a lot of mesh and it was comfortable. The back padding was comfortable. I did like that it gave you access to the main compartment, even though it's a roll top design. I feel like the materials, even though they're not Cador or anything like that, it says it's 1050D nylon and 600P polyester, it felt really sturdy. I really liked the TPU coated bottom and the TPU handle. I also like how the backpack straps had a quick disconnect. A lot of people don't know what they use that for or are not sure if it's a good feature or not. From what I gather, you can use it to either attach it around a table or something like that when you don't want to wear it, or if you're out in the field and you want to ditch the pack, you can do that. For me, I'm going to use it, I think, as a motorcycle pack, so it'll make doing stuff like this easier. And I like how the bag had a whole bunch of external attachment points. That means you can put anything you want and make this bag really your own, on the outside, that is. So now the dislikes, and here's what got me thinking about it, because this list is a little bit longer than you normally see, and it's longer than the list of likes. The external organization, or lack thereof, was an issue for me. I like how on the website they gave you the rigid moly panel to try to give you more organization. The laptop compartment is padded and it's raised, but it's actually pretty small. To me, if it's a water bladder, better than it does a laptop. And I know that tech carry or carrying to work isn't completely the design for this guy. I know they said it's bushcraft meets modern functionality, but I think on that modern functionality it's a bit lacking. There's no real admin panel. I know you can get that separate from 511, and while I would like it, I would have liked the tablet compartment as well. Hey, I hope you're liking the video so far. Don't forget to like, comment with any gear reviews you'd like to see in the future, and subscribe to MF for Research. Any support helps grow my little small corner of the EDC community. Now back to the video. So now let's talk about the CCW pocket. If you're not into CCW, you can go ahead and skip to the next section, but we're going to talk about it a little bit. It's on the very front of the bag. I'm not really a fan of that. One, it's furthest away from your body, and there's no real way to seal it. It's just hook and loop. So there's no zippers, nothing like that. I prefer it to be close to the body and to have like a quick access zipper. So I think that's a miss there. I felt that was a better spot to put my admin panel than it would have been to put a CCW. The best way to describe this bag to me is kind of like a fixer-upper. Like a house with good bones, but it needs a little bit of work. So this bag, I really like the exterior, but I feel like the interior needs a little bit of work. The grab handle is tiny, especially for the size bag this is. This is a 30-liter bag, and the handle is small. I like that it's TPU coated, but it's still tiny. Because I did use it as a travel backpack, I really would have liked to see luggage pass through. There's a good space for it, but it's not there. The main zipper, when you're going around the bag, if you don't pay attention and you don't do it just right, it's gonna get stuck. It takes a little bit of extra effort to zip from end to end, just because on the very side panel there's a little notch and it always gets stuck in that notch. And now let's talk about the roll top a little bit. It's more of a fold top than a roll top to me. I'm used to roll top bags in the motorcycle world where you roll them down 3 times, clamp them together, and you got waterproofing. This to me doesn't quite do that as well to me. You can only roll it one way or fold it one way, and it doesn't seal. So there's no zipper, there's no magnets, there's no buttons, there's no hook and loop, nothing like that. It's just open. And because of that, just inherent to the roll top design, because that piece is rigid and because the material is rigid, it makes it pretty far to reach down. If your arms are shorter than mine, you're gonna have a hard time reaching to the bottom of the bag without going to the rear compartment. So for me, how does this bag need to improve? The CCW needs to be closer to the body, like I said, and the interior organization. There just needs to be something done with that. Do 511 backpacks suck? I think for me, the key is figuring out what their core line is gonna be outside of the Rush backpack. I think because the Rush is such a blank canvas and can do pretty much everything, it makes it hard to branch out from that bag. So the Covert 45 is a bag designed to discreetly carry an SBR. I prefer to go the route of a PCC in my bag. There's a video about Lucky Gunner out there. I would do something more along those lines. If SBRs and PCCs don't mean anything to you, you can just keep going, don't worry about it. If you know, that's cool too. I think they could use the opportunity to separate in some other categories. They do have a hiking backpack, and I've seen bags where they use as gym bags. This backpack is described as a backpack inspired by bushcraft with a modern function. What does that mean exactly? It seems like it's one of those situations where you try to do both things and you don't do either one well, and I think that's where we are right now. I think if you do it right, you have a nice fusion of styles and functionalities, but when you do it wrong, like in this case, it comes out with an identity crisis and doesn't know what it wants to be. Seeing this bag in a bushcraft variant and a more modern workplace friendly variant would have been cool to see, and just have 2 slight differentiations, just like you have slight differentiations on the Rush from time to time. And I would bet that more people are buying it for a workplace or a travel bag anyway over bushcraft. I'm one of those people. And hey, these are just my opinions. You can take them with a grain of salt. This is just what I noticed and just what I think from looking at the bag. Let me know what you think about 511 bags in particular. So like I said, I feel like this bag has good bones, and I feel like I can do a lot with this bag. So I think this is gonna be the first bag I ever really try to mod out. I usually like to leave my bags pretty standard, but I think this time we're gonna make some changes to it. So what do you recommend? If you've modded a bag, give me some recommendations in the comment. Right now I have a few ideas, but I'm still open to any recommendations and suggestions because you guys always leave great suggestions. So I think the big thing for me is fixing the organization and giving the organization internally an overhaul. After that, I'm gonna try when it's a little cooler outside, because right now in Texas, it's over 100 degrees. I think I'm gonna make this my motorcycle backpack. So that's the plan for this guy. So now that we've talked about 511, what do you think about 511? Do you have a 511 bag? Should I try the Rush bag? Will that change my mind? Everybody, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'm Lamar with MFM Research, and I'm out.